what is the secret update going to be? Will we see another Hazmat Skin coming to Rust Console within 2024? And we're going to be learning as to why I think Tug Boats are going to be coming within the May update that is ocean themed, which is coming in May, which is only a couple months away. What's going on, guys? First and foremost, did you guys enjoy the sort of podcast or discussion I had with Jack Shepard, who is a PC creator? If you haven't watched that video, be sure to go and watch that if you have time to. I would just like some general feedback on how you guys found it. Is it something you want to see in the future with future creators, or is it something you're not really too interested in? So getting into the meat of the video, we're going to be talking about one of the things being the secret update that is going to be coming in August, which is around 5 months away. Now, there's a lot of theories out there as to what could the secret update be. We're not going to get a definitive answer, and I'm going to be showing you as to why, and my theory as well with what the secret update could be. Now, first and foremost, what do we know what could be the secret update? Two things that spring to mind is cars, and the second one being excavator. Excavator, obviously we had the NPC excavator scientist within the console logs. This was, covered within a past video I did. If I still have the image, I'll post it up on screen for you. And cars, well, that's my theory. I think cars could be coming within 2024 because it would align up with Junkyard. As we know, Junkyard has already been within the game. We've seen it on the Building Paradise servers when the game was first updated within the PTB, and we've seen it within the G-Portal website when we've been choosing and configuring our settings for our community servers. And it was a similar thing or situation as to what we had back when Power Plant was coming into the game. We had Power Plant at the start of the game, if you don't remember, if you're a true OG, and then months, I would say months, like over a year later, it then came into fruition within the game permanently. I really think I have it on the money that Junkyard and cars is the secret update, because we've got 3.5 km maps, which, there's a lot more land to cover. Of course, we've got horses, but having cars with Junkyard would make a lot of sense. So I asked Pedro this question. Now, before I obviously go into what he said, I know he's not going to say yes or no. It's a secret update. I do get it. Now looking back at it, it's actually kind of stupid. But I just want to get a general consensus, not even within the secret update or that has any relevancy to it. Have they tested cars beforehand within Rust Console? So I asked that very question. Pedro came back to me and said it wouldn't be much of a secret update if I shared right now, but no tests have been made to cars as far as I know. Good guess though. I mean, if we're deep in it, if we're really deep in it, like he says, as far as I know, so that means not definitively it's a no. Like there could be some. Yeah, I'm just coping. I still think there is a slight bit of me that thinks cars will come in 2024. Could definitely be wrong. The only thing with excavator as well is that it's huge, and again, cars is a big update in itself because you're going to be moving at speed. So both updates take a lot of optimization and demand for both consoles. Again, it comes back to the same old age saying of the new and old gen consoles and the optimization between them that Double 11 are doing and running for the game. Like, it does take a toll. It does limit the game to having these sorts of updates implemented within the game, and tests will run a lot longer than they would on PC because of these constraints. One thing I want to get out of the way, like I've spoken to Pedro in the past as well about this, we're not going to be getting helis or minicopters. If we do, then hell, I'll stop making update videos and you can take a clip of this and send it to me if it ever does happen. The secret update is not going to be air transportation. We don't need it, simply for the fact that we have 3.5 km maps, not nearly as big as what we need maps to be in order to get air transportation. That's not even the main topic of discussion as to why this won't happen, but we have old gen. Do you see them running on old gen with Double 11 at the forefront, obviously making this coming into the game? No. However, I could be wrong. This is all just speculation and opinions at the end of the day. Although the thing about Pedro was true. He actually did say that, there's a lot of things that I hold in minis and scrap helis come into the game. The next thing I asked, and this is to do with the ocean themed update, is that are we going to be getting tug boats? And this is what I said. Is there anything you can say surrounding tug boats? Have they been tested at all? I've seen in other videos, apparently at some point they were in the game or in the console logs. Now this I did get from Jade Monkey's video, where he did mention that you were able to see in the console logs that there were tug boats and that they were being tested.
Here's why we know this one is definitely on the list. So earlier on in the year, again, well, I should say later on in the year 2023, because that's when we got custom servers, we did have the ability to spawn in, or we saw remnants of the Tug Boat. Yes, it's huge. It is a mobile base on the water. And because we know they're prototyping that already, we do know that the thing that has to go with this, because everything has a balance in this game, right? So this thing's pretty OP, so the counter to the tugboat is submarines, and the submarines come with underwater labs.
And Pedro's, answer to this, don't know what you're talking about. So that's all I need to know about tugboats. In my opinion, I think we're going to be getting tugboats for this ocean themed update because it's a really good alternative, I would say, to having submarines. Maybe we don't have the optimization just yet, or maybe we get both. I mean, they might hand it on a platter to us that we get tugboats and submarines. Wouldn't that be cool? Hell yeah, it would. For an update, especially for underwater labs, be really good. But if we're talking tugboats as in terms of an alternative as to submarines, because we don't get that, then yeah, I'm happy for tugboats. And plus, it brings a new way of playing the game. People can, have their way of playing the game on the sea rather than on land. And God, would it make oil rig like videos and PvP so much better? Like, it'll be going back to the golden days of PvP when oil rig just hit main branch. So what do you think about that? Do you think tugboats will come within the ocean themed update, or do you think they'll come in 2024 at some point? Would it be separate to the ocean themed update? I just think, it doesn't take a genius or, Einstein to realize that this is probably going to happen, both happening at the same time, because why would you have tugboats added at a later date when you have an ocean themed update ready for May? We've already seen tugboats within the game, not as in, figuratively speaking, within the console logs. However, we do see them in the game actually anyway. When you think about it, they're just not moving. You can jump on them. They're in their ice, crashed at the icebergs. So they're already within the game. Now, a fellow content creator that I saw on TikTok named Kobe, he made a video of what he thinks will come to the game within 2024. And he mentioned a Hazmat Skin. And I was like, no, it took, 2 years for the first Hazmat Skin to come? You really think they're going to, go on another year and create one? I don't see that happening. Maybe another 2 years, but not in another year. But this question has been raised a lot by you guys in the community as to, are we getting a Hazmat Skin? And are we going to get an Arctic Hazmat Skin? So I thought this would be a good opportunity, as we're on the topic of updates. Would another Hazmat Skin be on the cards to come within 2024? Specifically, I asked for the Arctic Hazmat, since a lot of people want that. And this was Pedro's response. Great question. I think there's a possibility to see a Hazmat Skin within 2024. Just quickly, probably because they've already made one and they know and they're used to kind of how testing it and the step-by-step ways of testing it within in-game and in development, so it's probably easier to make one than it was the first time. He goes on to say, but it's not confirmed yet. With that said, we want to keep pay to win out of the game as much as possible, so our skins will not have any added stats, which makes the Arctic Hazmat very unlikely. This is kind of like a conflicted here with this response, because back when I was making TikTok videos every single day, one of the things I did say was that the blackout skin should come to the game. And before I was banned in the Discord, I asked Pedro that question, and he said it's pay to win. Of course, it's totally blackout. So when you're in the dark running around, no one's going to see you. So they were already saying that's pay to win, but yet we still have a blackout skin. And in my opinion, that's pay to win. But yeah, I guess it's just two different ways of the coin, or two different sides of the coin, looking at it that way. But in response to what Pedro was saying, he's talking about added stats. And that I do appreciate that they're looking out for the community in that way, that they're not going to be adding stats to Arctic Hazmats, because yeah, that is pay to win blatantly. And he did also add, there's the thing that we do our original designs. I'm pretty sure that I might have just completely misconstrued what he was saying, but it feels as if he was saying, we do our own designs. The Arctic Hazmat will not be the Arctic Hazmat you see within PC. Which I understand, 100% understand. I like that we have new, fresh designs for stuff, that we don't get exactly a carbon copy of what PC have. There's only a handful of things I would have in terms of skins. That would be the Arctic Hazmat, the Big Grin, and the Graffiti skin. And I think all these skins should be somewhat rare within the game. It would be really cool to see, you kill someone and you pick up their loot and they're like, oh my god, he's got the Big Grin. This was only released once within a couple of days, and only so many people got it. So I praised and basically said thank you for the info that you've given me. He also added, which is nice to hear, that the next Hazmat skin I don't think will be anything like the Arctic one, but I hope players still like the design. Now obviously we did bash double level for the first Hazmat skin, which I personally wasn't a fan of, if I'm being transparent here. I do think they could have done a lot better. However, it was the first one, so you kind of give them a pass because that's the first time they've done it. The next one, high hopes for that if it does come. Doesn't look like it's going to be Arctic. It's not going to have added stats, so anyone that thinks there's going to be added stats to the Hazmat, it's not going to work. So, you know, cars unlikely to be coming as the secret update. Tugboats look as if, in my opinion, not confirmed, that they're going to be coming within the Oceanbound update. And there looks to be on the cards that a Hazmat Skin will be dropping in 2024. What do you guys think? As always, leave your comments down below. Let's have a discussion of what you want to see within Rust Console, and how do you feel about the answers that I've delivered to you guys from Pedro himself. As always, subscribe if you're new around here, leave a like on the video, leave some support as it's always appreciated. Follow my Twitter and Discord as well as TikTok. All of those links are in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.